Hello everybody, it's Dana Sullivan, the Stampin' Chick, here with another Make It Monday. How are you today, my friends? I hope you had a fabulous weekend. It has been beautiful weather here in East Tennessee. I'm so excited for springtime to finally be here. I am so happy to be with you guys this evening. I see some folks coming in. Say hello. Let me know you're here. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's Make It Monday is another Fast and Fabulous card. Now, if you remember last week, I did a series of thank you cards that were absolutely adorable. And today I'm going to be sharing some beautiful little baby cards using the Wildly Happy stamp set. This set is absolutely adorable. I just love it. And it's so pretty, and it's perfect for baby cards. So you can see there's a mama and baby rabbit, fox, elephant, and pandas, and the sentiments are just so sweet. I love it. Okay, so now I kind of got a little crazy with this one, just like I did last week. Now, I don't want you to get used to that, but I just really had a great time with them, and I made these all the same. I actually have a couple of babies that are coming soon, not family, but friends, and I know that there are likely to be more as well, so I've got 3 of these made already, and then I'm going to make one with you. So let me just show these to you right quick. This one, obviously, the panda, and I'm using Stampin' blends to do the coloring. So for the panda, I used dark mint macaron for the shadowy, like grassy area that he's sitting on, or she is rather, and the light basic black to color all of the dark spaces on the panda. And then on the inside, as well as the envelope, I have the panda image also. I used the Dainty Diamonds embossing folder to give it a little bit of texture and a little more oomph, because I was keeping it a very soft and simple card. And then I'm using the white crinkle seam binding ribbon on the projects to give them just that soft, sweet little bow. And then of course the clear rhinestones, because you know we can have a little bit of bling in here too, right? Alright, so there's the panda and the colors that I used for it. And then I did one with the elephant. I actually did one each, or will be doing one each of the 4 animals, as you can see. So the elephant is done with So Saffron cardstock. And for the inks, I used light and dark gray granite for the elephant. And then I used light cinnamon cider for the dirt that he's standing on. So I thought that was cute. And then, of course, the same elements that you saw in the other card with the Dainty Diamonds background layer and the beautiful clear rhinestones and that sweet crinkle ribbon. So they go together very nicely, as you can see. And then the other card is the little fox. And this one is mint macaron cardstock. And for this one, I used light and dark pumpkin pie, dark basic black, and I just used that for the nose. And then light crumb cake is what I used for the shadowy space underneath. Now I'm going to use this one also for the one that we're doing today. So let me see here. I gotta click that off. There we go. Sorry, I don't mean to be bumping the camera here. Okay, there we go. So anyway, I've got light and dark pumpkin pie. The dark basic black, I just put little dots for their noses. and then the crumb cake underneath. So what I'm going to be using for our project today, I'm making the little rabbit, and I've already pre-stamped him, so that way we don't have to wait to color it in. But you're going to use a piece of balmy blue cardstock that measures 5.5 by 8.5, and you're going to score it at 4 1/4. So this will be our card base. Hi, Miss Elaine. How are ya? Okay, and then you'll have a piece of basic white that measures 4 inches by 5 1/4. This is going to be for the inside of the card. And then I've got another piece of balmy blue that measures 4 inches by 5 1/4. And this is the one that I ran through the embossing folder, the Dainty Diamonds embossing folder. So I have that one here too. Hi, Miss Eileen. All right, so what we're going to do first and foremost is we're going to glue this piece onto the card base. Hi, Miss Debbie. See folks come in. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Now, I like to use Stampin' Seal or Stampin' Seal Plus, especially when I'm doing die cut and embossed, especially the 3D embossed, because there's a lot of texture here, and I want to make sure that it gets a good contact and it sticks really well. And you know, sometimes some of those other adhesives just don't hold up as well, but I know that Stampin' Seal and Stampin' Seal Plus do a great job of holding up. So now I've also got a scalloped circle. This is from the Layering Circles dies. This is also in balmy blue, as you can tell. And then I have the second largest stitched circle from the Stitched Shapes dies, and as you can see, I've already stamped the bunny. Now I got a little ahead of myself and I colored in underneath them as well, so don't mind that. But hi, Miss Leonie. Miss Leonie is coming with us from Australia, so that's nice. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. So anyway, I've got it stamped already, and whenever you're using Stampin' Blends, I like to say to stamp it and set it aside for a minute. Make sure that your inked image is fully dry before you start to color. That way you don't have any issues with color bleeding, okay? Alright, so now I'm going to put that piece away, and throw things around at you. That was awful, wasn't it? I've already put a piece inside the card and colored the bunnies in there to save us some time. So let me just bring out my little coloring piece here, and I'm going to be using light and dark crumb cake for the bunnies, and then I used light mossy meadow for the grass underneath them. So if you've never watched me color before, you get to watch me color for just a second. Is that okay? All right, now if you've watched other demonstrators color, a lot of them go from light to dark and then back to light. I don't. I start with the dark, and to each their own. I think whichever way you like the look best, that's the way you should do. So I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I am going to say how I do it, okay? Alright, so I'm taking the dark crumb cake marker, and basically I'm just going to kind of go over the outlines that Stampin' Up! Has already made for me, so they make it really easy. Okay, so I'll go right here, and I'm going to kind of color in the inside of her ear just a little bit. Do a little here. And we don't have to worry about being too straight-laced. In fact, the less straight lines you have, the better it seems to color. So I just kind of squiggle my way along. But I'm just following those edges. And then here on the underside, I'm going to give it just a little more of the dark color, and I'm going to come underneath her chin and give her a little bit of shadow, just like so. There we go. And then we're going to go straight over here to the little baby bun and do her little jawline, bring the shadow, come across the top. I'm going to shade the underside of that ear and the inside of this one. And we're just going to keep moving. Notice that I'm doing quick, light strokes. I'm not leaving the marker on the paper too long, because I don't want the ink to fully absorb into the paper. But I'm just moving along quickly. And then as I do the lighter colors, I'm going in a sort of circular motion. Except in these tiny spots where I can't. There we go. And as you do that, you'll see that you're blending the lighter into the darker. There we go. Goodness. Getting a little bit of a dry throat. I'm talking too much today, that's my problem. I've been on the phone all day long today, and my poor throat has not had a moment's rest. Okay, there we go. I'm going to keep right on along. Little circular motions there. And you can see how the colors, as they're drying, they're softening up and fading together nicely. So don't worry too much while they're still wet. Give them just a minute to dry and see how they look. And then you can always go back over it again if you don't like how it looks. This is not permanent per se. You can always make changes. There you go. Add some more texture where you want to, or leave it alone. Alright, so now that I've got my little bunnies colored, set this off to the side for just a second, get that out of the way. Okay, now I'm going to let that dry for just a second, and it won't take long. In fact, it's already almost dry. And we're going to put this on dimensionals, but I want to come up with a little sentiment to put inside. So do I want to do so tiny, so small, so loved by all, or sweetest baby? I think so tiny, so small is a good one for the bunnies. Let's see here. Goodness. I need to take a sip of water. Alright, and I'm just going to use my Memento black ink. Remember, tap, 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 not smush, smush, smush. Let's see if I can get this straight. There we go. Fine. Alright. Now, I'm going to get some dimensionals and put behind my little white circle here. Okay, there we go. Now you remember that I always say if you're going to be mailing a card, you don't want any more than 2 layers of dimension on your card in order to fit in a regular envelope and ship with 1 regular US postage stamp. Now in other countries I'm not sure how that works, but here in the US you can get away with 2 layers of dimension. So you see I've got a layer in between the two, and then I've got a layer here to attach it. And, oh, I got to put my ribbon around there. Okay. So pretend that I already put my ribbon on here. Oh, goodness. Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, before I so rudely interrupted myself, you want to make sure that you have only 2 layers or no more than 2 layers of dimension if you're planning on shipping the card, because otherwise it'll cost you more postage. Here we go. Let me get a drink. Oh my goodness. I've been on the phone since I think 11 a.m. There we go. Okay. Crazy stuff. Here we go. I'm going to give myself a coughing fit now. Perfect timing, Dana. Okay. Do you ever do that? Get a little dry spot in your throat, and then next thing you know, you're coughing up a storm and your face turns red and you start crying. All right, there we go. That's beautiful. Okay, now we need some bling. Here we go. Let's see, I put one there. Put one down here. And one. Oh, your allergies are bad, Debbie. Yeah, I think mine are kicking in too. I don't know if it's just, I don't know. It's springtime here in East Tennessee, and but I have been on the phone all day, and I don't know. Anyway. All right. There we have it. Absolutely adorable. Super sweet baby card. This will go great with a baby shower gift that I'm putting together. The little miss and I are making a diaper cake for a friend of hers, so that'll be really cute to go with that. And then there's card number 2. Card number 3. And card number 4. All right. So there you have it, friends. I hope that you've enjoyed today's project. If you don't already have the Wildly Happy stamp set, this is not just a baby card stamp set. This is very, very cute. You can use these images for anything and then change it up to a birthday stamp, or Happy Thoughts stamp set has all kinds of beautiful little sentiments. And, you know, this one right here, the little things you do so well and so often make a big difference to so many people. That one would be so sweet. Or thinking of you, just wanted to send some happy thoughts your way. These would be fabulous sentiments to use with these adorable little characters. So if you don't already have them, you can visit my website, danasullivan.stampinup.net, and you can put your order in there. You can get any of the supplies that you've seen me use today. And visit my blog, stampinchicktn.blogspot.com, for these and more ideas and lots of fun. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this evening. I am so happy that you joined me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, my friends, bye for now.